Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you new here today, my name is Donna, and for those of you not new, thank you so much for continuing to come back and support my channel. I appreciate all of you so very much. Today I am doing my revamp, is that what it's called, of my Shop My Stash series. For those of you who are new or maybe not new, but this is the first time you're seeing one of these from me, I just started the Shop My Stash series on my channel in January, so as of 2021. I'm doing a Shop My Stash, but I brought it to you in January and then said 1 month I will be doing the update to my project pan and the next I will be doing the update to my Shop My Stash. This is the update to my Shop My Stash, and you know, I've got to think of a better way to do these because I'm obviously coming to you to film the intro and outro after the fact, and I just feel like the lighting is really crappy and like I don't have enough space to have a giant area of Shop My Stash stuff, but I do want to get rotation of my items, so I need to figure out what the perfect mix of items is for my collection to go into my Shop My Stash drawer. All I have is this drawer up here full of Shop My Stash items, and there is like a little divider in there, but it's just not, I don't know. I've just got to figure out a better way. If you guys have any suggestions, I would love to hear from you down in the comments section. If you've been doing Shop My Stash for a while and you found a way that works for you, I would just love to hear what you're doing so that I can build a better platform. Again, lighting is shit and I just don't have enough space to put everything that I want into my Shop My Stash, so I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to do it. With that said, this is the first update to my Shop My Stash. I am relatively excited to get some of the products out of my Shop My Stash. I do leave a couple items in my Shop My Stash. You will see that. And then obviously my Project Pan stuff is still maintains a spot in that little housing of items. And maybe that's where the disconnect is. I don't know. We will see. We will figure it out, I promise. With that said, if that is what you're here for, I am happy to house you for these moments in time while you are here visiting my channel, watching my Shop My Stash. I do hope that you leave today loving my channel and loving what I'm doing. And please forgive me if my Shop My Stash is not amazing. Again, going through the ropes here, please help me out. If that's what you're here for, just keep watching. All right, let's go through this drawer. This is my Shop My Stash stuff. So I want to talk you through the items that were in here and then we'll pull some new stuff. So first let's start with lip liners. So I think that I got some really good usage out of each one of these. This one I used actually quite a bit during this time frame. It's a really good lip liner. It's really got a really nice like nude effect to it. I really do like it a lot, so I will keep that. This one here is, you know, buxom. They're one of my favorites. This one is in Dolly Danger. I will keep that as well. And this one, as much as I didn't think I was going to end up keeping it at the end of this, I think I will. This is the Stila Stay All Day in Cabernet. And this is a really good one for deepening up the corners of your lips and the outline of your lips for like kind of that ombre effect. So I really did enjoy all three of those. So all three of those will stay in my collection. This lip scrub I only used a handful of times in the couple months, honestly. I do like it. It will continue to stay in my collection because it's a really good lip scrub in my opinion. We have these two mascaras and both of them, they've been in here 2 months now. They were open longer than that when I put them in, but moreover, this one is dried out. So this is the Pure Fully Charged mascara. It's not a bad mascara, but its wand isn't necessarily my favorite. It's one of those like natural bristle brushes and I don't like them, but it is very well dried out. This one I might keep around for a little bit longer just because it's my only blue and it is still really creamy, still really good. I may keep it in for another round of Shop My Stash. So then we had these single eyeshadows. We did have two Colourpop Super Shocks in Cricket and Ladybird. I do think that these worked rather well. I put them in here because I thought that they might be dried out, but they actually worked really well. This one is still super creamy, so I'll keep that one in for sure. Cricket was a little more dry, but I don't think it's so dry that I can't use it, and it was really, really pretty. And I also put a pigment in. This is the Byron Bay by Lenny, and I actually quite loved this. It was so pretty on my eye. As far as lip products go, we had all of these guys. I did get a fair amount of usage out of all these, but I will say that these three NYX ones are pretty dried up, so I am going to put those in my empties. And I put this one in, if you guys remember, because I wanted to see if it was bad or not, and I really do feel like it was bad. It doesn't smell very good, so those three and that one will go into my empties. This is just a mini Too Faced and Nude Beach. This one I used quite a bit, actually. This is a Bite Beauty, and it is in the shade Chai, so it's got a really pretty, like, deep tone to it. I didn't use this one very often, if I'm honest, but it is pretty. So then we have this concealer. I used this concealer when I didn't want to do anything with my makeup, and I really found that it worked really well. It's a good shade match for me. It is the Benefit Boing concealer. It is almost gone, but you guys can see that it is kind of gone anyways. Like, that is me scraping against the sides of it, trying to get it out of here. And it's kind of old in my collection, so I am going to toss this in my empties. I feel like it was a struggle to get anything out of it the last couple times I used it. This is the Algenist Color Correcting Eye Serum. It's a eye brightener. I did like it. I think it still works really well. I don't think it's dried out. I think that it smells the same way it did the day I got it, so I'm going to keep it in my collection for a while longer. And then, of course, the Hoola Beauty Quickie Contour Stick. I love this thing, so that isn't going anywhere. I also had this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer in here. I have been using this as a contour powder because I feel like it really does have a nice contour shade for my skin. So I really enjoyed working that. I forgot to show you these two guys. I got a lot of usage out of the Fenty Gloss. You guys can see it went down quite a bit. It will stay in. This guy, not so sure about. I really hated this color on my lips, so I might pass this along. These are the eyeliners that I had put in there. This one is the Marc Jacobs Ultra Skinny Fine Liner in Grapevine. Really nice. This one is my Revlon Color Stay in brown, and I love it. I'm actually wearing it today. This one is the Cargo Swimmables in Loch Ness. It's a really pretty metallic blue, and I loved using it. And then this one is, of course, the Kat Von D tattoo liner, and it is empty, so it's going into my empties. As far as face powders went, I did put this guy in here. This is the e.l.f. Cool powder, so it's supposed to be a color correcting powder. And this is what it looks like, you guys. I don't remember using it. I think I used it one time at the beginning of this. And the mirror, also, this piece broke off of it. So I'm going to give this to my daughter. I think that she will like that. This is the Oribe Moonlit Highlight. I loved this. I especially loved using it as like my brow bone highlight when I needed a good brow bone highlight and didn't really have one. This shade right here is so pretty, but together they're all just super beautiful. So, and this is an expensive highlight. It will stay in my collection for a while. This one, you know, I didn't use it as much as I thought I might putting it in here, but it was nice. It is beautiful. This is the Summer Haze Loose Highlighter by Artist Couture. I'm going to keep it. I don't have many loose highlights in my collection, and this one I actually quite enjoyed. So And then this is a bronzer by Becca Cosmetics, and it is the Becca Capri Coast bronzer. It's just a sample size, and I just dropped it, so I will be keeping it in my collection. As far as other items go, I did put this in here. This is the Balm in the Balm of Your Hand palette, and it has just some really nice blushes. It also has some eyeshadows. I actually used that eyeshadow mixed with that blush as a blush one day, and it was so nice. I don't understand the hype with Mary Luminizer. I did not like that highlight, but it would be a really pretty eyeshadow. So I think I'm going to keep this for now, put it in again at some point later on, but it wasn't bad. I just didn't use it as much as I thought I would. Next I have this. This is the Naked Flushed by Urban Decay, and this is one of their tri-colored, you know, facial palettes. So the intention is blush, bronzer, highlight, but I will tell you, I used it as a glowy blush. Like, I just dipped my brush in all of the areas and used it that way. I found the most success using it that way. I did not like that blush on its own, and I did not like that highlight on its own. And this bronzer is a little bit rosy in tone, so it definitely wasn't a great bronzer for me, but mixing them all together and using them as a blush, I loved it. So I will be putting this in with my bronzers, or with my blushes, because that's what I like to use it for. This is my Z palette full of blushes that I have depotted. I hated using those 3 blushes. Those are by The Balm. I do believe they came in a little like contraption that I got from IPSY. I will be decluttering those. Those will go to my daughter. I hated them. They are so powdery. These 2 here are Ofra Winter Rose. I did get those in a BoxyCharm, and they're amazing. This is a Sydney Grace blush, and I think it's a Princess is what it's called, and it is also beautiful. I will continue to have that. And then this is an Ofra blush also, and it is in pink satin. So these 4 will be staying. These will be leaving. And then these 2 palettes were the 2 palettes that I pulled in. You guys, I didn't see a whole lot of usage with these palettes, if I'm honest. And I think that it really just stems right back to the fact that I have a palette roulette series and I pull palettes, and I had a hard time incorporating these 2 palettes into my routines when I also knew I had to be working with my palette roulette palette. So I don't know that I'll be pulling eyeshadow palettes in the future. I did do a shop my stash, like 21 questions, like get ready with me style kind of thing that I use these 2 palettes in, but I only use 1 shade out of here and like 2 shades out of here. So this is the Natasha Denona Trio Chrome, and you guys, it's such a beautiful palette. I just want to get some usage out of it. So I am going to keep this in the Shop My Stash. And then this one, the Metropolis. So I would just like to see some more usage out of both of them. So I am going to keep them in until the next round. I think I am going to keep the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick in with this stuff that I pull, just because I really feel like it's almost gone. Works really well as a cream contour, so I am going to keep that in there. With that said, I am also going to pull this in, and this is a Juvia's Place, actually a foundation stick, and I bought it initially for a contour, but I feel like it's a little bit more bronzy, so I'm going to pull this in as a cream bronzer. I do have a powder bronzer, but I am going to pull this in as a cream bronzer. It's a foundation stick in the shade Guinea, but I really quite like it as a cream bronzer. I'm going to pull this in as my powder contour right now. This is the Natasha Denona Contour Sculpting Powder. I used this morning and I really quite like it. And then for blushes this month, I'm going to pull this one in by Patrick Ta. This is his Duo, the Double Take Cream Powder Blush. in Oh She's Different, and this has a cream option as well as a powder option for blushes, and this will be like my dark tone. And then for a different color, I am going to pull in this one, which I just got in my IPSY Glam X. This one is in She's Adorable, and this one is also kind of like a luminescent blush, but so I'll have that peachy tone. Let's pull in this one. I just definitely think this one is more pink, and I also haven't used this one very much. So this is the Clinique Cheek Pop in Heather Pop. I bought it thinking it was going to be a different color, but it's definitely very pink. So I'm going to pull in a pink, a coral, and a darker blush. We have cream and powder versions of both, and then I think I would be done with this drawer. You know, I might pull this blush in also. This is a Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek Tint, and that is its color. I think today I am going to pull in this, since I have this Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette that I purchased and have never used. This blush here is the same blush that was just in her Love Cheek and Highlight palette that she just put out for Valentine's Day. So I'm really excited to use this. This does have blushes and highlights in it. So I want to find one that also has some bronzers in it, maybe. Let's pull this. Funny story, I've had this forever. Wait until I open it. This is the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm, I do believe. And would you look at that? It's never been used. So it's also got some contours. This is supposed to be a finishing powder. I think this is for the deep skin tone, and I'm definitely not a deep skin tone, right? So that might be why this hasn't been used. But I can see me using these powders, so I am going to pull that one in as well. And y'all, I know I definitely want to pull this in. This is Rave Rider by Kaleidos. I just got this, so I'm excited to use it more. I am wearing it today. I've also worn it one other time. And the first time I wore it, I wasn't like super excited about it. And then this time today, I'm wearing it. I really kind of love it. I think I'll also pull in just some newness for me. I definitely want to try this guy here, which is my Dior highlighter, and I don't see a shade on it, but I can tell you it's like a pinky color. I think that that will be super beautiful, and the lighting is shit. Do I need another highlight? Oh, let's go with a creamy highlight because I'm trying to get, you know, some cream options out there too. So a liquid or a cream highlight. Nope, that one's too pink and I already have pink. Let's go with this one. This is fun. And this is the Milk Makeup Supernova holographic stick. It's obviously just a little tiny sample guy, but it's got a little bit of a iridescence to it, so I think that'll be fun. Can you guys see that at all? Oh, yes, yes, you can. That's crazy. Crazy sauce, but I think it'll be fun. And then for a gold highlight, I think I'm going to go with this one because this is new to my collection. This is the ABH Iced Out. I haven't even used it yet, but look at how pretty that is. Let's swatch it. Yeah, that's gold. That's certainly gold. Can you guys see it? It's a little too gold, I think, but we will try it. We will try it out. Okay. So I think that's enough in highlight. So then we're going to go in here, and I'm not going to pull an eye primer because I have an eye primer in my project pan, and I really feel like I just want to continue focusing on that. I am going to pull in some single shadows. I think I need to test out these guys again. I haven't used these in forever, so let's do this one. Is the Bare Minerals Fashionista. It's a loose powder eyeshadow, and that's what it looks like. It's just a really deep, like brown, reddy brown tone. I think I'm also going to pull in this one, which is in the shade Pacific Heights. And it is a kind of a purple, like a gray lilac purple, like almost like ash, I would say. I do want to pull in a pigment as well. I had so much fun with the pigment that was pulled in last time. So I think I'm going to pull in maybe this one here, which is Ripples by Sydney Grace. And this guy has been in my collection for a while, but I have not really ever used it. It looks like that. And then I also want to pull in this because it's been in my collection a while now and I haven't even used it. This is the Kaja Bento Box. This one is in the sparkling rose. So it's got 3 different sparkly shadows on it. I know the lighting sucks, you guys. I'm sorry about that. Eye crayons. I don't know necessarily. And I need to pull an eye crayon in. You guys know I don't use these very often, so I'm going to leave those where they're at. So this is my liquid eyeshadows, and I just have come to the realization that I really just need to start using some of these as well. So I am going to pull in, I think I'm going to pull in this one from Sydney Grace. This is Down the Coast, and it's kind of like a pinky silver. This is a cream eyeshadow. It's really, really pretty. God, I haven't used these in forever. That is what that one looks like. So very silver, but also very kind of pinky. They're beautiful on the eye. I also think I want to pull in this, which is the Glitterazzi. This is by Hard Candy. This is one of my favorite liquid eyeshadows, which is funny because same shade by Colourpop went very quickly into my declutter pile because it was just poop. So that's all I'm going to pull in from those. I do have still got the little Bagao Bang Blue in there. I think the one that I really want to pull, these are the ones that I have open right now and have been open. So I think I really want to pull this one in here. This is just the regular Benefit. They're real. And then also have that blue one. And I'm going to pull in this one as well, the Maybelline Snapscara. I really don't love this mascara, but it's been open for far too long in my collection. So you guys know that just because I pull them in doesn't mean that they're the only ones that I'm using. They're just what I'm really focusing on using. And at the end of this, typically they will go into the garbage because that means they have been open for far too long. Currently, I do not believe I have any primers in my project pan, so I am going to pull this primer in. This is the Becca Evermatte. It's a mattifying primer. I am going to pull that one in because it's open. It's been open for a while. I am also, I think, going to pull this one in. This is the Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. This one's been open probably the longest of the ones that I have open currently, so I'm going to pull those 2 in. I am also not going to pull a new foundation in because I do have foundation in my project pan, and I've been really trying to utilize the project pan as my foundation dude. As far as concealers go, I do have 2 concealers in my project pan, so I'm going to pull this one in because it looks like it's drying up in there, and that's the only one that looks that bad. So this is the CoverGirl True Blend. I got that in my stuff with JC. I am going to pull this back in again. This is an eye brightener by Algenist. I really just want to use it up, and I feel like it is going to get used up through this process alone. So there's that. And then powders. And maybe I'll just pull this powder in. I do like the Mineral Veil, and it's just a little tiny sample guy. So we'll pull that in. Oh, I am going to pull this liquid eyeliner in. This is the Doll 10. I love this liquid eyeliner, but it's an older open one in my collection. I also am going to pull this liquid eyeliner in because I do think that it's probably on its last leg. I want to pull back in this brown just because it's a good neutral tone and it's almost gone. So I think I could use it up, pulling it in. Maybe pull in this one by Smashbox. This is Bubbly. So it's kind of like a creamy tone, like a sparkly, like almost champagne-y color. I'm going to pull in this Urban Decay black one. And then let's pull in this red one by Marc Jacobs. I think that's it that I want to focus on right now. So, no, let's pull in this green one. This is an Ulta Beauty one. I really do like this. This one is in the shade Moss. Lip liners. I want to pull from the ones that I've got going right now. I'm going to pull this one by NYX. This is in the shade Vintage. It's a nice, like, deepening, almost like plummy color. We're going to pull this one by Zoeva. Don't know what shade this is, but it's a really pretty, like, neutral pink. I'm going to pull this one. Maybe not. Let's pull this one in by Colourpop. This is a Bretman Rock by Colourpop, and this is in the shade Dukes. This is actually one of my very favorite lip liners, and that is a little bit deeper red. I was thinking maybe a brown too, but let's pull this one in. It's called Undercover. It can pull very like coral also, so I think that's a good mix. I do have a lipstick and a lip gloss in my project pan, but I'm going to pull this e.l.f. lip exfoliator in. We are going to, let's go with these glosses in here. I want to pull these guys in. These are the Pat McGrath ones I just got in, and I haven't tried them yet, so I would love to try those. I also want just a regular, like, easy peasy gloss, so I'm going to use these two by Clinique. Lipsticks, I think I'm going to pull in this guy. This one is Delish. This is a lip paint by Tarte. This is 105 by Makeup Forever. Just a really pretty pink. Let's pull in this one by Context. That's a really pretty, like, almost brown orange red. Let's pull in this one by Urban Decay. This is in Back Talk. It's a really pretty, just like pink tone. I think I want to pull this one in from Clinique. This is more brown. It is in the shade Mocha Pop. Oh, a brow pencil. I think I'm going to stick this brow pencil in there because this is the one I've been using, and I feel like I could probably finish it up if I have it in my mindset to use up. A lip balm. Let's do this one. This is the Fresh Sugar Coconut Hydrating Lip Balm. I'm going to put that in. Okay. I think we've got it. Okay, I'm gonna leave you in this situation until I get everything fixed in here. Remember, I did keep my two Natasha Denona palettes in here. I just didn't use them over the last couple weeks as much as I wanted to. So I'm gonna fix everything in here, and then I will bring you back and get you out of here. Today, I hope that my Shop My Stash turned out better than I anticipated it would, better than I mentioned it would at the beginning of the video. Again, I beg of you, please leave me some suggestions down in the comments section. All suggestions are welcome at this point in time. I just want to make this successful, but I don't feel successful right now. I've got to be honest with you. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really do hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that if you did, you're giving it a big thumbs up, letting YouTube know that somebody's out there watching my channel. Even if you didn't like how I performed that Shop My Stash, please leave it a thumbs down, but give me some feedback down in the comments. Again, I don't know how many times I've said this. I do upload content 3 to 4 times a week. I hope that I can count on you to be a part of my family here on YouTube by subscribing to my channel. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell because of the aforementioned how many times I upload. I wouldn't want you to miss anything. I hope that you all are doing well out there, that 2021 is treating you kindly, that you're enjoying March so far, and that you are well, that you and yours are safe, and that you are staying safe, and that you are continuing to wear your mask if for no other reason but to protect yourself out there. I hope that you all are loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, y'all. Bye, everyone.